Arigiro Avgustaki, thank you for being with us at Xerfi Canal. You're an associate professor in management at ESCP Europe, and you're currently teaching graduate courses in human resources management. So your research now, it's about working hours and more specifically about overworking. So my first question is, how come so many people overwork in Europe? Because I read in your study that it concerns over one worker out of two in Europe.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you very much for having me. In my research, I study work effort, not only overtime and working long hours, but also work intensity. Now, the reasons are many. Some of them are intrinsic, meaning that people work overtime or with high work intensity because they want to, they are motivated or they are loyal to the company. And other reasons are extrinsic, meaning they are forced upon the employees. So employees do it because of work demands, so we have to complete a lot of tasks in limited amount of time, because our supervisor asks to work longer, or because sometimes we want to improve our career opportunities. So we do it because we want to be seen as hardworking, and we expect in the future better opportunities or a better salary.
In your research, there's something that is really striking, is that people who overwork tend to achieve less. So how can you explain that effort doesn't always pay?
Well, we also were very surprised to find this result. One explanation is that when employees work a lot, and when we say a lot, we don't mean only overtime, so they work long hours, but they also work with high intensity. So one explanation is that the quality of their work is affected. So when you work long hours, you might get tired, so you might be, let's say, more prone to make mistakes and or to deliver a product that is, let's say, of lower quality. The same for work intensity. If you work, let's say, with high speed, you are more likely to make mistakes. So your career might be affected because of that, because your work is not, let's say, the best. So it might be better in terms of career or job security or even work recognition, if you work a little bit less hours, but also if you don't work under, let's say, high pace.
You also suggest from an employer point of view at this time to tackle this issue, you suggest they can offer discretion over how and when work should be done. How is this a good management tip?
Okay, so we also examine whether the negative effects of work effort for employee, not only career negative effects, but also employee well-being, because we find that well-being of the employees is affected negatively, but also the career opportunities of the employees. Yes, exactly. So we thought, what happens if you give some discretion to the employee to choose the schedule of their work or to choose the speed of their work, if that will attenuate some of the negative results. And we found that in some cases it does, but discretion is not possible to flip the relationship, meaning it's still negative, but if you give them discretion, it's less negative. So it's a good tip for managers because you don't want to see the employees burning out. You don't want to see employees stuck and not to be able to move on and improve their careers. So it's better if you think that the work that the employees are doing is of high intensity, or if they have to work long hours. Wall Street comes to mind. I mean, we hear about the bankers in TV that they have to work long hours, that they stay in the office until 11 o'clock. So if it's impossible to avoid such, let's say, schedule or type of work, then it's good if you give them some discretion. So you will not be able to reverse the negative effects, but at least you are going to help a little bit the employees and will attenuate some of the negative outcomes.
Well, Arigiro Avgustaki, thank you very much for this tip and for your time on Xerfi Canal. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.